You and me will always be tied. Family every single day and night. Even when you start to acting like a fool, you know I'm loving every single thing you do. I know that I can always be myself around you more than anybody else. And every day as a man after school, you know there's no one I love as much as you. Emily.
Hey guys, it's Alexis here today with my baby, my papa. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi. Say hi. So over the weekend I had filmed a Get Ready With Me, and it was about my delivery story, about how I had my son. And I was editing the whole video and somehow it ended up getting deleted. So here I am going to refilm it for you guys. You want to hear about how I had my son? Keep watching. Say yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was 41 weeks. Well, I was 40 weeks, and my OBGYN told me, you know, you're not showing any signs of you going into labor, because they checked how dilated I was too, and I was not dilated at all. And once you're 40 weeks, you know, you're supposed to have your baby already. Well, you should be, you know. That's like the you know, you guys know what I mean. And yeah, I was already 40 weeks, so they told me you can go the 41 weeks and we'll see, you can try another week and we'll see if you are still pregnant, and if you are, then we're gonna induce you this day. So the day that they chose to induce me was January 1st, New Year's Day. And so of course I went the 41 weeks because this little one did not want to come out. My actual due date was December 25th though, which is my boyfriend's birthday. So we were like hoping that, you know, he would be born on that day because it'd be really special. But nope, he did not want to come out. Anyway, so they told me you're gonna get induced January 1st. And I think it was like at maybe like 4 or 5. I don't know why. It was just because all the rooms were full, I think they said, and they didn't have anything until 4 or 5. And so I went in with my boyfriend and my mom, and they got me checked in and everything. We had our hospital bag for him and everything, and then I had extra clothes for me, you know, like we were prepared. And so we went up to my room, and they make you like change into that gown when you go in your room and stuff. So I changed into my gown. They had me lay down on the bed already and hook me up to my IV and stuff. And you know, nothing, you know, we were just relaxing, talking, nervous because, you know, I was about to have my baby. Well, we were about to have our baby. And then I think maybe like a few hours passed by, and they're like, okay, we're gonna start you on the Pitocin. And the Pitocin is what makes you like what makes your body start going into labor, I believe. I could be wrong, something like that. And so they started me on that, and you know, once they put that in, it was pretty much like the waiting game, because I didn't feel anything for a while. And I started feeling things. I mean, I didn't feel anything like till like so I went in at 4, and I did not feel anything till early in the morning. You know, I didn't have my phone. Well, I did have my phone, but I wasn't paying attention to it at all because, you know, I was in labor. So I want to say maybe like 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe 3, early in the morning. And I was like sleeping, and my boyfriend was sleeping, and my mom ended up, like, she was watching TV for a little bit, and then she ended up going in another room, in the waiting room, to try to get some sleep, because my boyfriend was in the bed, the other, like, couch. And I like woke up to feeling contractions. And
Mama.
what, baby?
Hi.
Hi.
He just woke up from a nap, so he's in a really good mood. But I didn't start feeling stuff till that time or whatever, and I started feeling like contractions.
They weren't that bad at first, you know. It was nothing major at first, you know. It wasn't unbearable. I could take the pain. And so eventually it started getting a little worse. So they told me, like, we can start you on this some type of like medicine that helps you not feel as much pain, and it goes like in your IV. I don't remember what it was called, but so they started me on that, and I was like, okay, that's fine, you know. And once they started me on that, I was like really drowsy. I was really tired. I would like fall asleep for like a few minutes, and then I'd wake back up because it would hurt so bad. My contractions hurt so bad. I would wake up crying and screaming. And my boyfriend was so nice about it, you know. Like, he went and laid down next to me on the hospital bed and was rubbing my back. I know he couldn't really do much because I was in so much pain, but it did help to know that, like, he was there, you know. So thank you, babe. I love you so much. And what the, oh my god, my son just spit like a bunch of his bottle all over the pillow. Anyways, so that went on for I don't know, a while, a few hours. And then it started, like, when it started getting really bad, my mom was in the other waiting room, and she woke up and she heard me screaming, and she ran to the room and she was like, what's going on? Why is she screaming, you know? And I was like, I can't take it anymore. And so that's when oh yeah, one of my nurses, she was like, Alexis, screaming is not gonna get you anywhere. And I'm like, okay, lady, like, so my mom came in or whatever, and then they're like, okay, you can get the epidural if you'd like. And I was like, okay, I'm definitely gonna get this, anything that will help me not feel as much pain, you know. So, you know, props to those girls who can do a natural birth. I do not know how you guys do it. It is so painful. My mom had me and my brothers and sisters all natural. She did not get any epidural whatsoever, so I don't know how she did it, but props to you guys who can do it. I tried, did not work out, not gonna lie. And so they were like, okay, we're gonna give you the epidural, and I was like, all right. And, you know, mind you, during this time I was getting so many contractions. They were a few minutes apart and they were hurting so bad. So they're like, okay, you have to sit down on the bed, you know, and we're gonna lift your shirt and we're gonna give you the shot in your spine, you know. And I was like a little nervous because all my family members and friends would be like, oh, the epidural hurts so bad, the needle's so big, don't look at the needle, blah blah blah, you know. People tell you all these things to try to scare you, but, you know, so I was like kind of nervous, but I went and did it anyways, and they put it in my spine. And I was getting a contraction while they were gonna put it in my spine, and they're like, you know, you need to be still because something can go wrong, you know, like you can lose feeling in your back, you can be paralyzed. So I was like, okay, how am I supposed to stay so still when I'm getting a contraction? And they're like, okay, you're getting a contraction, go. And they put it in, and I'm like, oh my god. But it didn't hurt at all, you know. It just felt like a little like stinging sensation. It wasn't bad at all. And after that, let me tell you guys, it was amazing. After that, I did not feel a thing. I slept for a while, for a few hours. My body was just at peace, you know. So I would recommend those of you guys, girls who are pregnant and like iffy about getting the epidural, get it, dude. If you were gonna be in a, if you feel like you can't do it, just get the epidural. Do not hesitate. You know, why put yourself through that pain when you know that you can get the epidural and you will feel much better. So yeah, I got that. And it was like early morning, I started feeling worse, and they checked me. I kept feeling, mind you, the whole time I kept feeling like my son was like right here, oh, sorry, I'm only dressed from up here. But I felt like he was right there the whole time. And at 9, like I felt like he was like right there the whole time. And I kept telling my doctor, I was like, you know, I feel like he's right there. I feel like I'm ready, you know, I feel like I'm ready to push. And she was like, okay, we're gonna check how much you're dilated. And I was already it was already time. I was 10 centimeters dilated. So I'm like thinking, like, how long was I dilated for? Because like I felt like he was there the whole time. Anyways, so I pushed. My mom and my boyfriend said that I did not push for a long time. They said that I pushed for like 20-30 minutes, and then boom, I had him. And at 9:30 a.m., Dorian Ruben Barajas was born on January 2nd, 2017. He weighed 7 pounds, 15 ounces, and he was 21 inches long. And I'll be sure to put some of his newborn pictures in here for you guys so you guys can see those. But you guys, I feel like my whole delivery was like, I don't know, I feel like it was like a disaster, to be honest. Like, me and my boyfriend did not know anything, you know, this was our first baby. We did not know how things were supposed to be. So, number one, I did not have my actual doctor. She was on vacation because, you know, it was Christmas, around Christmas time, holidays. And, you know, which I understand, but I was kind of sad about because I wanted her to deliver my baby. She was a really nice OBGYN. She was the best. So they told me that I was going to have another doctor, which was a guy, and I was like, okay, you know. And turns out he was not the one that even delivered my baby. It was a student that delivered my baby, you guys. Like, I didn't really pay any attention to, you know, like, I thought, like she was I kind of thought that she was a doctor, and I didn't know why she was in there because, you know, like, I was so tired, exhausted, and I was on medication. I don't know, I was just drowsy, you know, like, I was exhausted from pushing a baby and stuff, you know. And she was the one delivering my baby, and my doctor, well, he wasn't even my doctor. The doctor that was supposed to deliver my son was just sitting on the bench telling her what to do. He was like, okay, do this, this, and this. And my boyfriend was the one that was telling me this. I didn't know because, you know, I was too busy pushing out a baby. And he said that he was just telling the student what to do, and that she looked like really nervous and stuff. I don't know, you guys, like, do not, if you guys will take my advice, please take my advice. Do not let a student deliver your baby. That just, like, is so sketchy. Like, why are you gonna have a student practice on you? Like, no. Now I know that I would never let a student deliver my baby ever again. Like, no. Oh my god, my son's laying on the floor over here drinking his bottle. But also, I did tear. I had a 2nd-degree tear from my son because I was having a hard time pushing him. So they had to use like a little suction thing on his head to help get him out. And I didn't even know about that either, okay? See, this is what I mean. Like, it was just so bad. And they had to do that or whatever. And the doctor, they ended up getting him out. And then the guy doctor was telling the nurse, the other student, how to like sew me up and stuff, how to give me stitches and stuff. Oh my god, this is just, I don't know, it just gives me chills thinking about it. Like, it was just so terrible. I also wanted to mention like a cute little thing about my son. He has a birthmark on his arm. It's like all the way from his shoulder, like all the way down to his arm. He was born with it. It's called a Mongolian birthmark. They said that it was supposed to go away as time passes by, but I don't want it to go away, you know. Like, it makes him who he is. It makes him special, you know. And the only thing that I like I'm worried about is like kids bullying him, you know, because kids are mean. Like, they, you know, like they bully you for being different, which is really sad, you know. Like, I don't know, I told my boyfriend, he said that, you know, he'll be fine and stuff. But also another thing too, it was like I think that was pretty scary. After you have your baby, they like shower them, and then they like give them a few vaccines, and then they do the hearing test and all that. And so they did the hearing test on him, and he failed it. So I was like really nervous about that, you know. I was like, what the heck, why did he fail his hearing test, you know? Like, that's not normal, you know. Like, I don't know if it's like inherited like in your family to be like deaf or whatever, because none of my family members are deaf, so I was like a little worried about that. And they're like, oh, you know, don't worry about it, it's normal. Some babies have a lot of fluid from when they're in your belly still, so, you know, bring him back in a week, and we'll see, and we'll test him again, and we'll see if he passes, you know. And I was like, okay, you know. And me and my boyfriend were like so paranoid about it. And then a week passed by, and we went to go take him to go get tested, and he passed it, so they were right. But I was very scared. I was like, oh my god, that's scary, you know, your baby be deaf, you know. I don't know, I was just we were both really worried, and I thank God that he was okay and stuff, you know. Baby, are you okay? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on, mama. Well, anyways, my son is now a year old. Say hi. He is now a year old. He talks so much. He's so smart. He walks.
Mama.
What? Yeah. Yeah. He's so smart. He says a lot of words. Say mama. Say dada. What are you doing? Yesterday, the dog pooped on the floor, and he grabbed the mop and started mopping the poop. Yeah? You remember? Oh, you remember that? I love you. Okay, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video about my delivery story, about how I had my precious baby. Yeah. Well, I'll see you guys in my next video. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Give them kissy. Give them kissy. Give them kissy. Bye.